Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I have for you in my I Love Winter Christmas series, episode 6. I have 4 DIYs that I'm going to be doing for you all. And so without further ado, let's get to crafting. Let me adjust my camera. Okay, first I have this little snowman wood decorate. It doesn't say what it is. It's just a snowman wood with a box down here where you can put stuff, and I'm going to paint this, so you can paint it in any color that you want, but I'm painting the snowman white, and the nose are pumpkin orange, apple barrel from Walmart. The hat, jet black, apple barrel from Walmart. And the scarf on him, it's going to be green and black. Green and blue. So let's just get started painting the body of the snowman. I'm only going to put on one coat. I'm going to, even the little stand that he's standing on, paint it too. The Dollar Tree has been coming out with some real nice high-end Christmas crafting projects that we can use for our projects to do this year. They're really stepping up their game, and I'm going to be having another haul for you Saturday, so be on the lookout for that. But I'm using a sponge to do this. You can by all means use a paintbrush, because I'm going to have to go in between the small areas here. But I found that the sponge brush does real good straight lines and goes on more smooth. Okay, I'm getting ready to switch to a paintbrush. And I'm using white from apple barrel from Walmart. Now all these paints that I have right now are the 50-cent ones. And they paint real good. Just make sure you follow the lines, like on the scarf here. It's okay. You can always cover it up if you get any of the white on it, because you're going to paint it too. I love these little, they have the snowman, the Santa, Christmas trees, and I can't remember the other ones. I think one was a penguin. I am not a very good painter, but I'm getting better at it. I love doing it. It's relaxing. Okay, do the front of the stand too. Now, let's do the sides and the back and the inside. And if you get the eye, just take your paintbrush and poke it down in there. You can always go in with some black. I think I'm going to go ahead and fill in the hoe. That way I can go in, paint over it with some black paint for the coat eyes. And that's how it looks filled in, the two little holes that they had. But go ahead and go all the way around. And let's go ahead and paint the top of the hat black here, here, and back here too. Let me bring it back down. But when you paint it black, the hat. But we're painting the back of it just in case it sits in front of a mirror. Okay, now let's lay this down. Get a small paintbrush, get you a little bit of orange, that's all you need for the nose. Now let's do, I think I'm going to do the scarf blue and red, flag red. And you don't need a lot because it's just a small scarf. And I just take off the paint by rubbing it on the paper here and use the red. But again, you can paint your scarf any color you want to. And it's okay if it goes out of the line. Nothing's perfect. It's just good to know that it's yours and you made it. And I don't think anybody's going to be sitting and just examining your projects to see if you just barely go out of the line. Or if it bugs you too much, you can always, when it dries, go over it with the white again. And apparently my kitty's being good. He's not jumping up here trying to get in the video. The last video I made, he kept jumping until I gave him the bag that I had my rocks in. He likes playing with grocery bags. And it's not real that time consuming to paint this, all but the scarf, because there's so many different lines going in between. Okay, I have all the red. Now I'm going to go in with some blue. I need to buy me some more paint brushes. That's why I'm doing this. And just go real slow at it. That way you get it in that small space. Doesn't take long, like I said, once you get the small detail finished. Leave in the comments. Let me know what color you painted yours. I'm always curious to know. Okay, now I'm going to do the hat in black. And again, you don't need a lot. And I use the sponge because, like I said, it's better for a straight line. Okay, now after the front's finished, go ahead and do the insides and the back of the hat. Get down. Go on. Sorry about that. Guess I spoke too soon earlier. He likes being part of my video. Sometimes he sits and watches me craft. And once we get this painted, before we finish doing the arrangement that I'm going to put in the little box inside. While it's drying, we'll work on a different project. But you don't have to paint the insides or the back if you don't want to. I'm just doing it in case it can be seen. And it's better than having it just look like plain wood. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. And we're going to work on something else. Now, I already painted this little bucket that I got from, it was from spring, Easter, I believe it was, just a little Easter bucket. And I have one of these. They come 4 in a pack. The foam, floor foam from the Dollar Tree. Put you a little bit of glue down in there. And I always put it on it too. Make sure it's going straight with each side of the handle here. Let me show you like that. Now, get you some poinsettias. All you need is 2 from the Dollar Tree. And let's just stick them in. Go all the way down. Just the leaves. Now put your other one in, and if it's missing a flower, just cut that stem off. Now, go ahead and adjust your flowers. Now I have these silver tree branches I got from the Dollar Tree, and I already cut the stems off the long stem, and I'm only using 4 of them. So let's just go ahead and stick them down in. Well, I counted wrong. There was 2 stuck together. I'm using 5 of them. Okay, now we're going to get some of these berries that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and let's just snip about, go all the way down to where it ends, and snip you about 4 off. Okay, we'll leave and set those that you snipped off aside. Now, push this all the way down about to where the berries are 1 to 2 inches above the poinsettias, and then arrange them. Now there's another one, flower arrangement that I picked up. It has berries, some greenery, and pine cones. So just stick them down in here. And arrange them. Now I already painted this. This was different colors. I already painted this white from Waverly. Let me get it real fast. Waverly chalk, ivory, because I was out of my white, and now get you a sponge. Let me see if this has anything on it. Okay. Get you a paintbrush or sponge, and I'm just going to paint lines going straight up this in red. It is flag red, number 21469E, apple barrel from Walmart, and they're 50 cents. So just hold your handle up and paint you, going straight down the center, a line, and then go over here, right under the handle in this, make you another line. It doesn't have to be straight, but you can always straighten it out. Now, go up, paint this and that's how you do that. Now, go around where you're in the center again. And then do the same thing where the handle is that you did with that one. And go straight up, sideways with your brush. Let me go down just a little if you get it crooked. Okay, now I'm going to make a bow for this, but we're going to let it dry while we work on another project. And I'm just sticking one of these to keep that handle up, and set this aside. Alright, now Let me get my sponge. This is one of those planters that it says flowers and garden on it. And I just chalk painted it wavery. Mine's ivory instead of white. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this grass in. But what you do, you get you some of those foam like we put in the other one and glue them down in here. What I did is use this from a different project. And I'm just moving the grass over to make it more sturdy. Alright, I have one of these yard signs. And what I did, I took scissors and cut it on each side, and then I just broke it. So what we're doing, we're taking this and we're sticking it as far down as you can. Get you some of the glitter drape. It's those Village snow. Get you some, and now leave it folded in half right here, and then put this on top of it and cut around it. You don't have to go around it, but I'm just cutting squares straight down and then straight across. Slightly longer than the planter on both sides, as you can see here and over here. Now you take it and put it in here. Now cut this side. That way it goes around the stick here, the stand. Now just push the snow down in there. Now, that's what he looks like so far. I'm going to bring this up just a little so you can see. Now what you need is some ornaments, the little small ones I picked up from the Dollar Tree, some bells, and some presents, and those little drums, the presents and the drums. I'm just using one of each color of the presents, and this one I'm going to toss back over there. Now, what you want to do is arrange it the way you want it. You can play around with it, but I'm just doing it to show you. Whoops, they stuck together. Anyway, just arrange it the way you want. Put the little bow on top. Alrighty, now this little string needs snipped off. Okay, now get you they come 3 in a pack from the Dollar Tree, or you can get the sponges elsewhere, and use red and make circles going all the way around. Okay, I need more paint. Alright, let me show you how to do this. Take your your sponge, and slowly twist it. And do that all the way around with spaces in between. And that's all you do, going all the way around. Okay, and this is what it looks like, going all the way around. Let me set this aside. Alright, now let's go back to the snowman. Now they have at the Dollar Tree these picks. This one has a little candy canes and balls and a Christmas tree and Santa. This one just has candy canes, swirls, and ornaments. And this one has Christmas tree, snowman, candy cane, and ornaments. Just snip off put them right in there. And just lay that one in there. And this is what this little tabletop centerpiece looks like. Okay, I want to thank you all for joining me today, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It'd really help my channel grow. And subscribe to my channel and hit that bell right next to it. That way you won't miss any future videos that I upload. And leave a comment. I would greatly appreciate to hear. I'm looking forward to hearing which project you like the best and how you're going to do yours. If you're going to do them, how you're going to create them. And I hope y'all have a safe and happy day. And until next time. Bye. Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. And welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. If you like this DIY while you're watching it, please Don't forget to hit the like, thumbs up button. It will really help my channel grow. The subscribe button and the little bell right next to it so you won't miss another video. And leave a comment. I reply to each and every comment. So I love to hear from you all. Now today's video of I Love Winter Christmas episode 5 is a poinsettia tree and a Thelma's bow. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. Let me turn my camera down so you can see. Now to start it out, I used one of these planters that was from fall. As you can see, it's got the little scarecrow. I just painted it. This will be the back. You can use whatever planter you have on hand. And I just used the Waverly chalk paint. I was out of white, so I used my ivory. There's really not that much of a difference. And you will need 2 of the poinsettia flower arrangements. These I picked up from Walmart. You will need 2 of them. You will need one of these berry bouquets. They come from the Dollar Tree, and I just clipped them off at the stems with a wire cutter. And excuse my kitty cat here, he likes to get in on all of my videos, and there's no fighting him. He just does it. And you will also need one of these glitter tool from the Dollar Tree. I'm choosing red. You will need a bathroom plunger, some of the burlap ribbon. I choose the brown to cover up this, a glue gun, glue sticks. You will need some rope or twine, and these wire cutters to clip the flowers off and the berries at the stem. You just push down and clip it. And I'm going to be also using number 21469E flag red from Apple Barrel. I got this at Walmart for 50 cents. Thought I already had that open. And I'm going to finish. You will need some of these round if you want to do circles, or you can leave it white or paint it any color you want, or you can do stripes. But I'm going to be doing little circles. Shake your paint up real good. And these circular sponge brushes, they come 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree. All I'm doing is just tapping this down in it, rubbing it off. Make sure you get it all around the edges. And let it look about like that, and just do a circular motion. Just do that all the way around. It's pretty easy to do these circles. Doesn't take much paint at all. Just remember to do the little circular motion. And even though this is the back here, I go all the way to this little scarecrow. But you can also use any planner, the metal ones or plastic that you want, and paint it any color. It doesn't have to be white and red. And this is what it looks like all the way around. Now, take your plunger, bend it inside out. I go ahead and do this while the paint is drying. And you have to really push down in there. Here, baby, you got me up here. Go on. And also, I forgot to mention, but you will need a pack of gravels, or go outside and pick up some out of your yard if you have any. And you need to stop it, baby. Stop. He likes bags, and that's what got his attention is the bag here that I have these little gravels in. You just put them all around the pose, and that keeps it straight. But if you see my videos before, you will see that my cats pretty much like to say hello, and then after a minute or two, they go off. I'm sorry if some of you don't like that, but that's how they are. When we move and buy our house, I'm going to have my own craft room, and they won't be allowed in there. So, but right now I'm just working with what I got, and that's my island in the kitchen. Go on, go get your bag. Okay, and now let me show you how to glue the poinsettias onto the, and if you count right, if I counted right, for 2 bundles of those poinsettias I showed you that I bought from Walmart, it ends up being 10 of these little stems of poinsettia. You take your glue gun and you get you some glue. Put your poinsettia stem right on it and hold it. And you do that, you hold it until it's dry, and you do that all the way around. Okay, I did 5 of them going around. Now let's put a berry in. Just do the same thing. Go all the way down with your glue gun. And push it in there. And as you can see, let me adjust this camera, you can see the berry come out at the top. But you just hold the top of it above the plunger handle, and that'll keep the stem straight while it's drying. And then you add some more, add about 3 poinsettias, and then add another berry, and do that until you go all the way around. Okay, once you have all your poinsettias and berries glued in, going around the handle, take some rope or twine or jute string and take the end, go ahead and tie it. Start from the top, tie a knot in it, and wrap it around. Keep the string at the end, the rope at the end where you tied it out, so you'll be able to tie the bottom as it comes back up. Pull it tight and work your way back up. And now tie it again and double knot it. It should look like that. Now start arranging your poinsettia and your berries. Fluff it. Make sure it looks full all the way around. And then the next step is to get your burlap ribbon. Make sure this is center. Adjust your rocks around it if you have to. Now go ahead and cut where you tied, cut the ends off. Now take your burlap ribbon and start at the top. Put some glue on it. I put normally 3 lines. I'll show you here. I put 3 and start at the top and bring it around first 3 times, going around the top before you start bringing it down. It's better to twist your tree. Now start working your burlap down the handle. Put some glue every now and then. That way it makes sure that it stays in its spot and doesn't bulk up. Just be careful with your fingers and don't burn yourself. Go all the way down. You will use up the whole burlap. Just make sure you get it going all the way around. Let me take some of this off here. Once you get to the bottom, just I was going to roll it back up, but what you need to do is get 2 bags of those gravel and fill the top of your tin up over the plunger. That way it'll keep the handle straight. I'm going to show you how to glue this. You take and you put you some glue on the burlap. Take your scissors and hold down on it, pushing. Just don't use your fingers because it'll go through the burlap and it'll burn you. Okay, and the last step for this is your glitter tool. Be careful when you're cutting it to make sure you don't cut the tool. And what you do is get the tool, because it's clear, get a bunch of it up and start filling in to cover up the rocks. You can even use the white, but I don't have any white. I think the white would look real pretty. It would look like snow. And once you get to your desired puff on the bottom, you know how it puffs up, just cut it off. And stick the end down in there, that way it won't work its way out. Now let's set this aside and we're going to work on our bow. Okay, now to make the bow to go on the poinsettia tree. I picked out these three. They come from the Dollar Tree. This is red poinsettia going around, gold, and this poinsettia with Merry Christmas going around. Now you can pick out whatever kind you want or whatever kind you have. It doesn't have to be what I have. And it's just whatever style and colors that you choose for your tree. You could have even done your poinsettia tree in white poinsettias. Okay, for the bottom, I'm going to use the red. And what we do, take your ribbon, let me move that out of the way. Take your ribbon, bring it down, and go out about 7 inches. Okay, I went ahead and got my little ruler so you all will know exactly what I'm doing. You go over to the edge and you come down about 14. Now go over 7 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because the first is going to be a 14-inch bow. And now after you get it to where it's on the 7 on both sides, make sure it's straight. And you just go until you have 3 on each end. There's 1. The next here will be 2. Okay, so we're just going to be able to do 2 because the Dollar Tree ribbon apparently is only 9 inches. So take it and put this one on the bottom. Going down, and you pinch it, put your chenille stem going up, that way you'll be able to tie on your next 2 bows. You set that one aside. And you can always, if you aren't for sure, before you put the chenille stem on, you can always double check and make sure it's straight. Or even, I should say, not straight. Now the next one is the gold. and you go 6. Well, I'm going to make a 10-inch tail. And now go over to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. And now all you do is just even it out. And just go around until you run out of ribbon, since this is only 9-inch ribbon. Not 9-inch, I meant 9 foot. And now take this one and bring it down and go in between them and now hold it. I'll show you what I'm talking about, making sure they're even. You do that. Now you take it and you tie it right on top of the other one. Make sure your tails go down. Now we have the last one. And we go to about 10 or 11. Now go out to 5. Count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you just continue to wrap it around. And again, bring this one down, and then let's do that and measure it. As you can see there, I can get a hold of it real good, they're even. Now let's tie it on. Now I always take, you have some left, so just take it to the back and tie it. Now get another chenille stem. If I can get a hold of it here. Take it, make sure it's even, or real close to it. Make sure, okay. Take it from the top, bring it to the back, twist it a few times, because this is what you're going to use to tie it onto your poinsettia tree. Now, start at the back and let's start fluffing your bow. you twist it like this. Twist your bow like that, and then you fluff it. That's how I fluff mine. You just got to work with it until it gets to your desired fluff. Twist it and fluff. Twist it and fluff. Now do the top the same way. Twist it and fluff. Twist it and fluff. Now let's do the other side. Twist it, fluff. Twist it and fluff. And you do it to every one of them. And then do that if you want to do it the way I do. And now the top. We rearrange these on this side some. It takes a lot of fluffing, so be prepared to fluff it and then refluff it if you have to. Now I'll redo these over here because as you can see they kind of went back in on each other. Alright, now let me bring this camera up. Sorry about smacking the camera there and making the camera jump. Okay, now find the end that you want to, and take these take these Chanel stems and just put it through in between the stems of the poinsettia and then tie it off in the back. And it might take a minute to figure out where your Chanel stems are and tie it real tight. Do it about 3 or 4 twists. Okay, now take your tails. Should have done that before I put it on. I got ahead of myself there. I'm sorry. And put the wires touching each other. And from corner where the wires are, go up. And there you have your little V. Make sure you do all of them. Well, that came out a little shabby looking. Make sure they're even. Make sure you get all of them because they should be 6. And then I have a short one there. Okay, and here is the finished product. So if you all like the video and the poinsettia tree and the bow, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up, the like button. It will really help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell right next to it if you don't want to miss any future videos, and leave a comment. I'd like to hear which one you like the best, the poinsettia tree or the bow, or both. And I hope y'all have a safe and happy day, and until next time. Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Today I have episode 8 of my series I Love Winter Christmas, a snowman wreath that we're going to be making. You will need some garland, the snowman sign from the Dollar Tree, and 2 of the candy cane wreath forms. You will need some chenille stems. I have green and silver, so you can use either color. You will need some picks and ornaments and some long garland, and the garland that you get from the Dollar Tree. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. I'm going to adjust my camera here so you can see, and let's get started. First, on the back of your snowman, glue a chenille stem, bend it down the center, put a fair amount on, and don't forget to get you a little piece of cardboard or from a cereal box or anything, and put it face down. This will hold this on longer. Set this aside. Get your 2 wreath forms, and we're going to tie them together with some chenille stems. Grab about 2 to start with. Make it even, and what you do, you cut it down the center. Bring it up, bring down this end and up on the other, and then bring this one down on the other side and bring it up. That way it won't slide around on you. I'll show you again real fast. Take one on, say on this side, you take it down and up. Now this one in the center here, take it down on the other side of this wire right here and bring it up on the other end. Bring this one down and up. Now tie them together. If you know a better way to tie them together, by all means use that one, but it won't move. So we need to do that to this one, this one, this one, and the bottom one here. Now that you have the candy cane wreaths tied together, get your garland. I've just got some of this extra garland laying around, and let's start by this end over here. Take one of the branches and just tie it on, twist it around, and then do it on each section here. Just tie it on with one of the branches. And bring this up and around here. So just tie it on each of the branches and make it secure. Just twist it around twice. Now go over to the next one, and right here where these two meet, go ahead and tie it into this one. And bring it up once you feel it that it's down in there, and twist it around it. Now do it on the next section here. I'm going to show you how to do the whole thing here. Take it on the outside right here. Bring it up on the other side, on inside it right there, and twist it. And now do it down here to the end. Adjust your branches so you can't see the wires. Now take your piece, unless you're working with sections like small, then you can leave it right here. Let me see if I can clip this. I can't with my wire cutters, so what we'll do, if you have a long one, bring it back. Lay it on top the way you want it. And go through there and just tie it on again with the ones on top. Now on this top one, do one on both sides, just one on each side of the candy cane. Now do it on top. That way, if you hang it on your door or even inside, you make sure it doesn't move on you. See how it's secure? You can't see the candy cane wreath. Now on this one, let's put one in the center. And just wrap it around your wire. Now on this one, do the same thing at the bottom. It takes just a few minutes to do this. It's not really hard at all. Now, we're going to work on this part right here. I have one more piece. Let me measure it and see if, okay, it's long enough to put from top to bottom. So let's go ahead and put yours, or even if it's a two-piece, you really don't have to have a double if all you have is enough to put it one layer of this. If you're just working with pieces, then that's fine. Put this one right in the center, right here. And pull it all the way up. Sorry, I hit that camera stand there. Now, do it again on the center one. Just move your garland pieces over. That way you can see how to get this in there. And then pull it up. And there it is. Now bring this one back over and that one so you can't see the wire. Now let's do it on this piece down here. Now let's just go ahead and do it on this one, on the very bottom. Go ahead and fluff these out, that way it hides that. Just take it in the very center one and bring it down and up, just like you would a Chanel stem, but with just one side of a Chanel stem. Now, bring this up. Take one from this side, put it on the outer side here, go down through the inside, and up through the bottom. And let's do it one more time right here, about in the center. I'm going to do it on this side, just down through the inside of the wires and up. Now on this one, take it to the very top and just twist it. Get you a branch like this one and take two and tightly twist one on each side of that branch. That way it will keep this end up. Okay. Now you can fluff it. Take your snowman and go about right here. Move your branches to where they're laying down. Might have to twist it around so you can see where the Chanel stem is coming in. I have one. Now take your other one, put it in between this side here, put it in between the first and second wires. And just make that one go straight up through there. Now pull and tightly twist it about 4 or 5 times. Now, straighten up your snowman. Now get you some ornaments. I have 2 gold. You can use any color you want. I have some red with gold snowflakes and some red with white snowflakes and green circles. And I have 2 of the larger. Both these are larger than I have 2 red, and that's how much bigger they are. Now what you need to do is get you some chenille stems. Put it right through. Now go ahead and just twist it on the top here and start putting your ornaments around it. You go through the garland and go through the candy cane wreath wires with your chenille stem, just like when we put the snowman on. And you tie them on. And after you're finished, you can go back through and trim these. There's one there. I think put a gold one right here. Now I'm going to put a small, the red with the gold candy cane on. But anyway, just go around all through it and put your candy canes, as many on as you put your ornaments on as many as you want. Okay, and now that we have our snowman and ornaments on the wreath, all we have to do now is make a bow. Let me move this out of the way. And move all these little pieces of the garland and the glitter from the ornaments. And you will need, you can use any type that you want, but I have buffalo black and white, 9 foot long. It came from the Dollar Tree. This was left over from Halloween. I have the glitter gold. It's Christmas, 9 foot long. And the red with the white snowflakes on it. It's I got to pick this one up from Dollar General, but it was still just $1, and it's 9 foot long too. And I may use 2 of these small ribbon, the checker plaid with the white snowflakes, 9 foot, or I might use this one. It says Holly, it says have a holly jolly Christmas going around it, and it's 9 foot long. Everything came from the Dollar Tree except for this one. Now just open them up, and I would use, unless you want to make a bow with not as many loops on it, use new ribbon, unless you're using what you have on hand. Now this glitter one will shed a lot because I'll show you as soon as I get this plastic off of it. It is nothing but a bunch of glitter. And as you can see, it's already fallen off. And the glitter one comes in red, silver, gold, and I believe green. And you can use any one that you want, like I said. Seem to be repeating myself now that I've gotten this far into the DIY video. But I push this aside on these little ones. I normally do it on the big ones too. And just make sure you get the plastic and not the ribbon. I'm going to use the checker plaid first. Let me grab my ruler so we'll know, so I can show you how to use it. Okay, first we're going to make a tail. Go to about 12 inches. Bring it down. This is how I make my ribbons. My bows. Count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is 19 on the ruler. And then do it again from the center here, where this is. Count over 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is on the 5. It's just the beginning that's kind of tricky when I do my bows, but once you get it measured out, it's like making a regular bow. Just keep making loops. And there'd be about 3 or 4 of them, so just make sure you leave enough for another tail. Okay, that's the end of it. So pick it up and take this piece here and bring it down on the other side of this one. See how they're almost as long as each other, like it should be. Go right in the center of them and crunch it up. Now take it, and to make sure you have it even, let me make sure, right there. Okay, now get your chenille stem, bring it under the bottom, bring it up, twist it about 2 or 3 times, and then set this one off. Now with the gold one, I'm going to make a 12-inch tail. And this one I fold better. And then you count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is on 18. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is on number 6. And lay this back down and make sure because this sticks together. This glitter does. Okay, we have it. Just keep going around with it. And the same on this one, just keep going around and make sure you have a tail. Twist it, bring it down. Now crunch it up. Go ahead and bring it up and make sure they're even. Now twist this way. I meant this way, and then put this one on like this. Twist it 2 or 3 times. Now get your top one. Moving all the glitter away. Now go to 11. And count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is number 16. And count 5 again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is number 6. See, all you're doing, you're just going down 1 inch. And again, get it even. And just go around and around. Bring it, keep going around until you use up all the ribbon, and make sure you have enough for the tail again. And sometimes this Dollar Tree and Dollar General ribbon can be flimsy. And sometimes you can go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and use it and buy, I should say, I said use it, for like 50% off, and you can get some real nice ribbon there. I'm just trying to make these, push them down, flatten them. Okay, now that one's supposed to be on this side. Okay, I got tangled up here a minute with the, now crunch it. If it's a little bigger on one side, just move it over, bring it back out. Leave this one the way it is, but The one in the center, move it over just a little bit. This one. Take your fingers up through it. Now, bring it up, and you have it, so crunch it. Bring your tails down. And now put this one going this way to where the tails are hanging in the same direction as the other one. I'll show you. And twist it about 3-4 times. Now take this chenille stem, bring it back down the center and tie it off at the back. And twist it about 3-4 times. Now bring your tails all down. Make sure they're all hanging in the same direction. Excuse me. I have a slight cold, so pardon me there, please. Alright, now let's get another chenille stem here. And this is to tie it on the reef. Put it in between some of your tails. Let's just get a gold one and a black one and a red one on each side. Now bring it towards the back, make it even. And twist it. Okay, now I'm not going to use the little ones right now anyway. I'm going to put them on after I fluff this for you. So you just take it and you twist and fluff, twist and fluff. Now, the one in the center, make sure you twist it the opposite direction and fluff it. And I always fluff like that too. And then once you're finished fluffing it all, you have to do it again. And this is where the glitter really starts shedding, is while you're fluffing. Just make sure you twist them all and fluff them. This is the best part that I enjoy, is the fluffing of the bow. I really love making bows. I'm going to get back. Now I have a series going on called Thelma's Bow. I want to get back started making them. And I just need to look at what episode I'm on in them. And then I'll start back making them in a week or two. And this time it'll be Christmas bows that can go with anything. I think y'all like that. I'm going to go ahead and look today and see, and hopefully I'll be able to do them by Friday. Leave in a comment if you're wanting me to start redoing making making Thelma's bow series again, and I will start doing it this Friday. Now, just fluff them like this. Go over on the other side and do it again, because see how they got a little bit flat. Now let's cut the tails. You fold it, wired end to wired end, then you take your scissors and go here at the wired end, and you cut up and it makes a V. You just do that to all your tails here. And make sure you get all of them. If you use 3 different ribbons, that's 6 tails. And then when we have this, we will tie it onto the wreath. I believe I have them all. Let me count. Nope, I have a tail hiding on me. Alright, let me set this aside. Grab the wreath. If yours gets crooked, just straighten it. Now, take your bow, get your tail, get your chenille stems. Sorry about that racket. That's my kittens playing with some of my ornaments that I left on the table. They're in the floor now. And just put these through just like you did for the ornaments, and flip it. Don't squash your bow. And tie it on real good. Okay, now let's flip it back. Adjust your tails. Fluff your bow again, like especially the bottom one. See how they get flattened and they go back? Just refluff them. Let me bring the camera up so you can see. Hello. Okay, and here is the wreath. Your snowman, let it snow with bells. You can also put, if you want, get some picks. Let me grab them. These came from Walmart. There's red with little big ornament balls on it. I'll go ahead and show you how to put these on if you want to. You can just stick them down in there. Make sure they get caught through a bunch of your garland. Then let's put the gold one over here with the silver one. Now get your Chanel stem. Cut it in threes. And you can tie them on. Just tie it right around a limb. Doesn't take but a second. And what you do, you get your branches and you move them to where they're covering up the Chanel stem. Move your branches to make sure your ornaments don't move. So there's them. Now let's do the last one. Let me show you. I forgot I didn't bring it down. I am so sorry. Anyway, you take, after you put it in, now you get it hooked around a branch. And you tie it in. Move your branches so the ornaments stay in the position that they're supposed to, the ones here in the center. And anyway, now I will show you the finished project. Sorry about that, I jumped my gun there for a minute. And here's the finished wreath. I love the Let It Snow on it and the snowman. Just wipe off that glitter. But you don't have to use the gold glitter or any of the glitter ribbon. Like I said, you can use the ribbon that you want. Well, I want to thank you all for stopping by and checking out my video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you won't miss any future videos. And leave a comment how you did yours, what you used, the Let It Snow or the Ho 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 Santa Claus one that they have. That's a cute one too, sign. And I will see you next time. Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I have for you 6 Christmas DIYs in episode 6 of my I Love Winter Christmas series. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. I'm going to adjust my cameras just so you can see. And I'm taking this Halloween topiary sign, flip it over. I used a Sharpie and just draw a line from the corner here to the corner there for your hat. And what you will need is some white. I have apple barrel number 20503E white from Walmart, and it costs 50 cents a bottle. So just shake it up and just put it directly on your sign and paint a nice smooth lines. And when we get finished painting this, we will set it aside and let it dry while we're working on some of our other projects. And if you put it thick enough, all you will need is one coat, which is what I'm doing, I think, anyway, unless I run out of paint in a certain area, then I'll have to put 2 coats. And it's very simple, just nice smooth lines. So I'm going to have to put just a little bit more in some areas. And just make sure you do a nice smooth line right here where the Sharpie line is. And I just put, to protect my area where I'm working, 3 pieces of paper down, or you can use whatever surface you want. I'm going to go ahead and put some more paint on. Apparently 1 coat isn't going to do it. Because you don't want any line ridges going through it. You wanted a nice smooth layer. Okay, now once you have it painted, just set it aside and let it dry. And well, I forgot to paint the cat. I am so sorry about that. Just get you a little bit of black. I have jet black apple barrel number 21885E. And again, this came from Walmart. And you can't beat it. If they're out of it, the next price up is, I believe, 98 cents. And again, just nice smooth lines. Kind of take your time when you get down here by the white. Because you don't want to get it over it. Alrighty, now set it aside and let it dry. Okay, and excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, the next project, you will need one of these Christmas gift boxes. I purchased this last year from the Dollar Tree, but you can get any kind with the design on that you want. Just put the lid on the bottom. Get you one of these foam things. I'm not going to glue it, that way the box and everything can be used for a different project later on down the line. And it doesn't matter which end is the front or back, but get you some picks. I have the greenery right now that's going in, and just start in the back, put in your greenery in. turned it around because it has a pine cone. I want it to be seen. And you can get your picks anywhere. These I've had for a while, and I use them pretty much for different occasions, for different projects, I should say, every year. But I try to use the same ones for this one that I do every year. And since this one looks just like that one, I'm going to go ahead and take this one out. It doesn't take long to do this. Turn it around where you can see, and I'll work backwards for you. You'll need some pine cones on a stick. All you have to do is get one and just glue the, it's got to be a pointed end. And just put one on each side, I do. And fill your box up all the way. Okay, now let's put one in the center here. I'm just trying to pick out one that would look pretty. See how this one looks. Alright, now you will need one of these snowman ornaments from the Dollar Tree, and just fit them right in there like that. You will need some of these candy canes, they're plastic, from the Dollar Tree. Some of these little lights that you get from the Dollar Tree, I picked out the candy canes, and that's what they look like lit up. I always put the battery down in the back. Let me move these out of the way here so I don't get tangled up in them. Now just bring them around. Wrap them around. And they get tangled, so and then bring the top right down in front and put it behind the snowman. Now I'm going to get a look at this and see what it looks like. Just rearrange your lights. If you aren't pleased with what they look like, you can always just fluff them, put them down in behind the greenery. Put your snowman right there, and let me light it up for you. That's what it looks like if you can see. Let me turn my light out. There, you can see them a little bit better. That's what it looked like with the light out, but it looks better at nighttime. Now, if you want, you can get some red berries, which these came from the Dollar Tree, and just stick them in there, just to add a little color. And there's your snowman floral arrangement. Now the next one is another little gift box. This one's blue with snowflakes going all the way around it. And I just put the thing on the bottom. Let me get one of these. They come 4 in a pack, and sit it right down in there. You don't have to glue it. That way he'll sit and you can see him. Then we're going to put a little bit of greenery behind him. This one came from the Dollar Tree this year. I just bought this one. So let's put a little candy cane in with him. Put some more greenery right here. And this is this little floral arrangement. Now this one is a silver box with snowflakes. And again, I just put the lid right on up, under it. Do this one the same way, but she's shorter and stands, so put this one in this way. I'm just getting some greenery. Get a little bit of greenery and some of these little poinsettias that come from the Dollar Tree. Spread them apart. Stick them down in there. Put her little candy cane in. You can bend your flowers to make them go the way you want them. It's stuck to my wrist guard. And this is what she looks like, this little elf. And we have Santa in the red box. It's red with white snowflakes. And these boxes are glitter. They have glitter on them. Let's put some greenery under this. Behind him. And put these little presents. They came off of a reef. And here's Santa. Let me take his tag off. I didn't even see that. Fluff his little hat. There's Santa. And then this is a basket I picked up several years ago from the Dollar Tree. Again, put you just one of these little, they come 4 in a pack. And one of these snowman ornaments. Now, get you a bag of the snow that comes from the Dollar Tree for, well, it's $1, of course. And I've already used some of it, so I'm just going to find the edge. Don't unwrap it, unfold it all the way. Just leave the last folded section, leave it folded. And just cut it around, all the way around. Okay, and this has a little snowman on it. Now, take your snow, fluff it down in there. Put your little snowman in it. And there's that one. Now I'm going to check the snowman and see if it's dry. Which it's good. Okay, now you will need one of these from the Dollar Tree. If I can get it untangled here. You'll need one of these from the Dollar Tree to use his eyes, nose, and mouth, and the little buttons here. And you'll need your hot glue gun for this too. So let's just pop these off. You might have to cut them. Cut the little snow off. These have a lot of glue, that's why you have to cut them. Normally they just come right off, but they're not coming off on these. Now just peel the nose off. Be careful not to rip it. And cut that little snow off around its nose. And be careful with the mouth because it's so long. You might have to snip that one too, right there at the end. And again, just cut the little bits of snow off. Or you can leave it since it's painted white, the snowman is. But I prefer to cut it off on mine. And then these buttons take off. You might have to twist it to get it to come off too. There. They're not making it easy, I'll tell you that. That one came off pretty easy. Okay, now let's set that aside. Let's work on the face first. Blow any of that garland that you got on off. Let's do the mouth. The nose. The little eyes. Okay. I just find it easier to sit them on there and know about where I'm putting them before I start gluing them. And be careful with the glue, because if you have those safeguards for your fingers, I would be wearing them. I forgot. I've been forgetting mine lately. And just put some going right up it. Alright, that went on pretty easy. Now let's do these buttons. I didn't have enough glue on it for it to stick. And if you get any strips, just go ahead and pull them off. And put a good amount of glue on these, or it won't stick for some reason. Okay, that one has 2 on it, and the bottom one has 3. Okay, now to make him a little scarf, get you some, let me see if I've got a different kind here. Okay, get you some ribbon. This will be nice, or you can get the checkered kind. Cut it. Just measure it and cut it. Now just fold it over. Just take one side and fold it with a little bit of glue. Fold it over. Now get you some more glue. And if you can see right behind me, right here, is one of my 3 kittens we went and adopted on the November the 1st. And my daughter adopted the other 3 out of the litter. Okay, now just take it and glue it right on. And I have a piece of the wire coming up. Okay, that's the one piece of a scarf. Now the next, just get you some more ribbon and measure it from top here to bottom. Now cut it in the center, going straight up it. Okay. Cut you at the bottom here some little lines. That way it's the end of the scarf. Okay. Fold this part right here like that. Put a tiny bit of glue there. Now, take it and glue it on. Now take this one, since it's the same length, cut off some, because one side's always a bit longer on a scarf after it's folded. Now cut your little lines going up right here. Now take this and do the same. Put your little dab of glue right there. Now, put your little piece right here. Not piece, but a little dab of glue. And now push down on it. Make sure this is okay. If it's up here at the end like this is, just put you a little bit more glue. Alright, and now this is the last craft that we have. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's DIY video, and if you liked it, hit that like button, the thumbs up. It'll really help my channel grow, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell right next to it. That way you'll be notified of my future videos and you won't miss any more of them. And leave a comment about which was your favorite DIY and which one do you think you're going to make, and or more than one that you're going to make. And I look forward to hearing from you all. Thanks a bunch for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi, Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. I'd like to take a moment and thank all my subscribers for all their love and support. It really means the world to me, and I wouldn't be here today on YouTube where I'm at now if it wasn't for you. And for all of you new subscribers, welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and think about liking, subscribing, and hit that bell next to it so you won't miss another video. And leave a comment if you're up to it. And without further ado, let's get to crafting. I'm going to adjust my camera here down so you can see. And all today's DIYs are the wooden paint craft signs. So let's take the little hanging tag off. And you will need some, I'm using white apple barrel from Walmart, orange from Walmart, flag red from Walmart, and jet black from Walmart. So first I'm going to use some white to do the snowman. If you put a thick coat on, you won't need to do 2 coats, and I normally do thick. That way it dries all at one time, and it covers it up real good if you get that multi-purpose, which they were out of a lot of the paint when I went up there. I did get one multi-surface, and I figured that would help with the wood, because the wood really does, it sinks into the wood, so you might have to, if you don't put a thick coat on, go on it, apply 3 coats if you don't put a real thick one on. And I'm just getting it on, and then I'm going to go back over it in even strokes going in one direction. That way it looks like a better high-end quality project that you do, and the paint dries so much better when it's in one direction. It just looks better. Now we'll do the same thing for the little face. And let's just paint the whole thing white. Okay, now that you have the snowman, the body and the face white, and I painted the little ball on the end of the hat white too, I might go back over it and paint it red to go with the scarf and the trim of the hat. So just put you a little bit down on the red, on the scarf, and nice even strokes so you don't get it on the body of the snowman. Be extra careful on the edges here. But if you do get a little bit, you can either, once the white dries, you can either go back over it with the white, or you can leave it as it is, because it's yours, and everybody makes mistakes every now and then if you're new at this, even if you're not new, because I got a little red on mine right there. Now let's do the little trim here. And just put small. I'm just going to put 2. This is my first one of these I've painted, so I don't really know how much paint to put on. And you don't have to use the same colors that I'm using. You could do blue for the scarf or red and blue striped. It could be either. Okay, now I'm going to use the black for the hat. And this paintbrush is making it go on different. I wished I knew where I got it from, but I got them all mixed up in a paintbrush stand. I'll just have to go back wherever I get my paintbrushes at and take it with me and look at them. That way I'll be able to get some more of them. Okay, now use a smaller paintbrush for the nose. And just a little bit of paint. Let me get my glasses on. It won't take much for this real small area. Now I'm going to grab one more small paintbrush, and even though it doesn't have eyes and a mouth, I'm going to go ahead and put one on. And I'm using a real small paintbrush. And I'm just putting a little bit, just a little, that much. And I figure the eye would go here and here. Now you don't have to do this. I just decided that I wanted the whole face. And for the mouth, I'm just putting little dots. Alright, and this one's finished. Let me just set it aside here and let it dry. Okay, the next one is going to be this Christmas tree here. If you have any glitter or anything on it, just wipe it off. And I already took the jute rope off and set it aside. And you will, if you want, you can just paint the whole thing, and if you want, you can get one of these 5-pack of your color your own ornament Christmas tree and paint it too, and then glue it right in the center, which is what I'm going to do. Set it aside. Now get, I have new shamrock. It's a dark green. It's by Apple Barrel and it came from Walmart. Just smear it, smear it. Just go around and put you some paint all over it. But it's always good to get you something on your workstation, like I have these typing paper. That way, if you get any paint, it won't ruin your, like your island or your table or whatever you're working on. And try to go in one direction and go back and get any of the paint that you didn't use up through here. Get all the lines out, the thick lines. And these are like, I think I already told you, but these are my first wooden surfaces that I painted, except for, I did paint one. I think it's called Let It Snow. But it took me a while because I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm still figuring it out. I can do solid colors, but it's hard. If you watch those fall videos that I did, I made a topiary pumpkin on canvas, and it was a nice little challenge. I enjoyed it. But the Dollar Tree, they have those small canvases. They come in 2 to 3 different sizes. Those are the best with only being $1 if you're starting out painting or you're restarting where you might have painted before. Those are the best to use because it's only $1. And get all the way to the end and just make a line. Well, let me get some paint, it might help. Just do a line right there. That way you can paint your tree trunk. And again, just use up all the paint that you have on it, even if you have to just go over it a little bit. Now I'm going to do the little one. Let me know in the comments which one of these that I'm doing did you like the best, and which one do you think you're going to try doing it. Because there's 5 of these little ones in a pack, and by the time you get finished, you should be getting it down on how to paint. Okay. Now we will need some another paintbrush for the let me see if I got paint on me. Okay. Another paintbrush for the star, and let's do it yellow, and just a little bitty dot on this one. Just make sure you don't squeeze out too much. Let me get that green back. Some of that dry paint got on it. Okay. Try not to get any green on this, that way it won't smear. Now, they were out of the brown, so I got coffee bean. And it's indoor, outdoor, and it's gloss, but it won't shine up that much. Shake it up real good if yours is new. Well, even if it isn't, just put a little bit. Get another paintbrush. And try not to go into the green. But if you do, it's no big deal. There's that one. Let me see if I have enough. Try to get a spot that's already drying before you put your finger on. Okay, and these are finished. I'm going to set them aside and let them dry. And the next one is a Christmas ornament. I have Spiced Berry multi-surface. This one costed like 98 or 99, say $1. It's indoor, outdoor, and it's number 21959E. Show it to you just so you can see the number. And then you will need some granite gray, number 21392E, apple barrel from Walmart. And if you get any that's sticking like that, make sure you get it off. The runny kind. And just paint the whole surface. Okay, once you have the whole bell, now we just need some of the little garnet gray in a real small paintbrush. I'm using a small one. Just put just a little bit on it, just 2 dots. Go all the way down to the berry color, but not into it. Okay, I'm going to set this one aside and let it dry. Okay, next is the snowflake. This is the last one, and you will need some white and some of the garnet gray. What you need to do is put your white on your palette and then put you some gray in with it, just a little at first. That way it'll make the white some real light gray. And that's the color you want, or similar to it, if you're doing it like mine. And just thinly brush it on there. A real thin coat. You don't want a thick one. That way the color will bleed through a little bit, but it'll make the color light, and that'll be the color you need for the snowflake. And once all these are dry, you can tie your little jute rope back on, unless you're wanting to use yours for a different project instead of to hang up. But this doesn't take long at all, really. It's kind of like airbrushing, but with just a little bit more paint on it. But see how real light and pretty it is? And I'm going to buy some of that glitter, clear glitter to go on top and give it some shine. They were just out of it when I was at the Walmart, and there's no other stores to go to here in Paris where I live, and unless you want to drive a long distance, and I'm not going to do that just for one thing. Now if I was going for several things, it would be worth the trip. And it comes in a real big bottle, the kind that you get from Walmart. And I'm almost finished here. Let me pick it up and just get a good look at it. hold it at an angle to see if there's any lines, and if there's any where the paint isn't covering the wood, where you can see the wood coming through, then the paint went into the wood too much, and you might have to just put a little bit over it in certain areas. Alright, this one's finished, the snowflake, and that's it for today's DIY. Let me bring the camera up. If you like the DIYs, please hit that like button, the thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow. And subscribe and hit that bell right next to subscribe. That way you won't miss any of my future videos. And leave a comment. That way I'll know which one if you want, just let me know which one was your favorite and that you are thinking of doing yourself, or all of them. But you need to go to Dollar Tree. If you see them, go ahead and pick them up, because once they sell, you don't know if they're going to get them back in. So I want to thank you all for stopping by and joining me here on today's DIY. I hope you all have a safe and happy day. Until next time. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations, and welcome if you're new. Well, today is episode 11, part 2 of Christmas wood signs that I'm finishing up. I'm going to glam them up a little bit and show you how you can use lace and mesh gem and chalk paint, markers, anything you have on hand to doctor up these signs that we painted in the last episode. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. Let me bring this down so you can see. Okay, first I put back the jute rope to hang it, and if you remember, we had the little Christmas tree that we did the star in the bottom just like the other one, this one, and glue it on, center it. And then to make snow, you can use your chalk marker that you can get from the Dollar Tree for $1. It's a Craft and Decor chalk writer for $1 from the Dollar Tree. Now to make it look like snow, just take it and go right along the top and the edges here. I'm doing both. I'm going to work both sides as we go down, just to show you how to do this. And don't do the bottom, because you can do some like this, and then skip down to the next one. Go all the way down and curl it, go over just a little bit. Now put some right here. And skip some room if you want. Go ahead and do the bottom because it sits in snow. These work so well on more than just those chalkboards. Do the little tree, do the star just a little, because it really won't show up on that, but like it does the green of the tree. If any of the chalk chips off, just pick it up. Do this side here. Now, every so often, just go around and make lines going through it, just like you would on a tree. That way it looks like snow's all over the place. Do the same to this one. Now, don't this look so much better than just plain green with a little bit of yellow and brown? Now the next one is the ornament. If you remember, we painted it some name Berry. And what we're going to do, get you some ribbon. This is the lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree for $1. Measure some out right here. Go up a little. Now take your scissors and cut over just a little so it'll go on the back. And you will need a hot glue gun. Now just put your glue on it. Doesn't need a lot. Just a little. Make sure you put the straight end on top. And make it straight. Bring it around to the back. Just push it straight down. If there's any that didn't stick, just flip it up. And you can feel the rest of it. And as you can see, it stick. Now, let me see. It doesn't have to be straight. As you can see, mine's a little bit crooked, but it's real hard to get something straight all the time. And just make sure it's secure on the back. Now, get the ribbon again, and again make sure the straight end is on top, and come down about 2 inches from the top, 2.5 inches from the top to the bottom. Just flip this over here and just put just a little bit of glue. We'll do this a different way. Might be easier to put on this way. It is. It's a lot easier. That way you don't have to worry about the glue drying on the ribbon and not being able to dry on the ornament. Sorry, I keep pausing here. I'm losing my train of thought. Got these kittens down here at my feet climbing all over me. They're such a joy to have around, especially after the loss of my beloved Binks. You've seen her if you are a current watcher of my show. She was the black cat that I had that would sit on the table when I'd be working, when I used to use my laptop. She passed away on the 30th of October. So a couple weeks later, we rescued 3 kittens. They were supposed to have been 11 or 12 weeks old. My daughter rescued the other 3, and we took them to the vet, and they were only 6 weeks old. I knew they weren't as old as they said, but they needed a home anyway. So take some of these little ornaments here. Let me see if they look good or if the Christmas trees will look better. Okay, let's take the Christmas trees. What you need is this pack right here. Now, if you don't have one with the Christmas trees on it that's glittered, take whatever, it could be the stocking or whichever other one that you pick up or that you have on hand, and we're just going to put them along here. Just peel the back off, put one in the center, and one over a little. Just make sure you push down, and if they fall off, then you can use your hot glue on the back of it. On the back of the little Christmas tree. Alright, now look at this one. Doesn't that look more beautiful than the plain? But I was running out of space on my phone yesterday when I did the painting of them. So I had to go through and delete a lot of space. And that's why I didn't get the finish. Okay, the next one, this is the last one, because the other one that we did was the snowman. And unless you want to put some little buttons down through here, it's already finished. So on this one, let's get some I'm checking through the colors that I have. I want to make sure we get a real pretty color to match the snowflake. Okay, what I decided to do, instead of using gem mesh, get you some of these little snowflakes, and make sure you have it to where they're aimed in the right direction, like with this with the top here. And all you have to do is center it. Put you some glue right in the center here. Now center it and make sure it's going in the right direction. Okay, what I decided to do was make these right here go center with the snowflakes. And now this is the finished product. Doesn't that look even better? Wait a second, I'm going to get some of that clear glitter and paint over it. Now what you will need is this Trusted Quality Extreme Folk Art glitter. It's WM327E hologram. Now with a good sized paintbrush, let's just put you some glitter in what little area you're working on. It looks white when you squeeze it out, but it's really clear, as you can see, and it has a lot of glitter on it. And it's best to do just one section at a time. And it's okay, just go over it. All you do is add more glitter. Get this out of my paintbrush. And you just do it all the way around, and you can see already how shiny it's going to be. Let me get this off the sides. Go in between the snowflake that we just put on. Or if you don't have one, all you have to just put the glitter on. And a good thing about this, if you don't have the glitter, you can do the rest of this, and then when you get you some glitter, you can paint it on there or brush it on there. It doesn't take that long at all to do, and the result is beautiful. If you can see on camera here, we only have 3 more little snowflake edges to do. And there's all kinds of ways you can do this with little snowflakes. You can get the Christmas package like this that I got the snowman out of, and use these snowflakes right here, and paint them and then glitter them, and get 2 packs of them because there's only 4 in a pack and you need 2 packs. And put them on, and then get a slightly bigger one and put it right here in the center, and that'll look gorgeous. This is the last 2 sections here. You can already see it because it's beginning to dry. Now I just have to do the end here. Alright, and this is the finished product. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's part 2 of painting the wood signs that you get from the Dollar Tree. And I hope y'all have a safe and happy day. And until next time, thank you very much. Hi, Thelma here of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome to my channel. Today in my I Love Winter Christmas series, I have for you episode 12, and I have 4 DIYs for you. So without further ado, let's get to crafting. Okay, I'm going to adjust my camera down so you can see. And you will need 1 more of those mini 10 buckets. I got this from the Easter section this year on clearance, but any bucket, small one, will do. And I primed it with Waverly chalk paint and ivory. But if you have white, that would be better. I put 2 coats on it. So you will need some apple barrel green, number 21479E. This is New Shamrock. I couldn't find my Christmas color. And apple barrel 21469E flag red. Both of these were 50 cents from Walmart. Get you a little bit on your palette of red, and then green in your other one. Don't use a lot. You can always add more to it if you need it. And you need some of these round sponge brushes. These came in 3 in a pack at the Dollar Tree. And you can use whatever color you want for the red. You can use whatever color you want for the big one. As you can see, there are 3 different sizes. I'm going to go red with the big one. Make sure you get it all on the sponge. Now just start anywhere you want. Make a circular motion and go all the way around. You can even make them where they look like they're half off the tin. And let's just go all the way around and leave some space so you can put the the green. And just put one more right there. Now, I always look and see how it looks going all the way around. And that looks pretty good. So now use your smaller one and do the same with whatever color you choose. And put them wherever you want. I'm going to put one more if I can find a good little spot for it. It looks like it's pretty good. I don't need no more. So just look around it and make for sure there's no naked spots. Let's go ahead and put a half of one right here above your hanger, but you won't be hanging this up. I'll show you when this dries. It'll be another project. This is the first project. So I want to set this aside and let it dry. Now these were those signs, the little signs like Candy Cane Lane, and you can hang them up. I took the plastic off and I painted with 2 coats, the Waverly chalk paint and ivory. And you will need one of these little red trucks. Go ahead and cut the little jute rope off because you won't need that. Now you also need some of these little blocks that you get from the Dollar Tree. I glued 2 together and painted 3 sides because the bottoms doesn't need to be painted. and go ahead and sit these above the wheel. Keep it going straight with this line right here. And you will need to glue it on. Just make sure it's straight and push down real good. Do the same to this wheel. Just make sure it's dry. Now, get your sign. I'm going to put it this way so you can see what I'm doing. And you just figure out where you're going to put it. And go ahead and put glue on the bottom. And on the wheel. Put a good amount, that way you know it sticks real good. Now, get any strings. And you gotta hurry to make sure the glue doesn't dry. And push down real hard. Alright, now set this aside and let it dry. Now you will need the camphor. Cut this off on this one. Now get you 2 more of these. Put one right here where it's straight with this, and do the same over here. Now, put you some more glue. Let me get me another glue stick. Make sure you have plenty glue sticks handy. And put right flush with the bottom and push down. Now, put you some glue on the bottom and on this wheel. Put a good amount. That way you know it sticks. And even it up. And push down on it to make sure it sticks. Now let's set this aside and let it dry. Now the next one, you will need one of these Let It Snow signs. Now I already painted this earlier in the season. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but you can paint yours any color you want. And you need one of these again, and 2 of these, 2 deer, They don't have to be the same color. 2 of these ornament trees. And 1 of these little blue snowflake glitter ornaments. Cut the hanger off. Now, take this and put it upside down. Let me move this out of the way. You will need to get this flush. Just make sure it's flush with each other. Now I'll get you another glue stick ready if you need it. I will be in a second. Put it directly on the sign. And make it straight. Do the same with this one. I almost put it on the block, but we need it on the sign. That way we can straighten it up, make it straight. Push down on it just for a few minutes to let it dry before you continue. Now, make sure this is even, straight with the back. Put your glue on the bottom here. Put a little bit more glue there. Glue gun's just not wanting to cooperate with me today. Okay, now flush with the back and press down again just to make them stay. Shouldn't take but a second. Okay, now figure out where you already have a big snowflake right here, and I'm thinking I'm using the blue one because of the blue that I used in the letters. I think right here would be good, so just put it right on this center piece right here. And press on it to make sure it stays. Pull off any of the strings that you get from the glue. And do the same down here. Okay, now get your trees. Figure out how you want them to go. Put a little bit of glue going all the way up it that way. Now you have to hold on to this while it dries or it'll warp it and it might not stick. Go ahead and pull off any of the little strings, I call them. Go ahead and put some more glue. And if you don't have these trees, you can use whatever you want. I'm going right around the whole thing here. Now, let's see if we need another one. I think that would look good right there. Just push it on. Get that string off of me from the glue. Alright, now on the tree trunk, let's do the same with the glue. Just go all the way around. And that's why I said you're going to have to get a lot of glue sticks, because this really does use a lot of them. Okay, now wipe this down. Get any of those strings. Okay. All you will need is one deer because of the Christmas trees. You can use whichever one you want. You can have the deer facing this way, or you can have the deer facing this way. And I think I'm going to use this lighter, like a bronze gold look. No, it's silver with a little bit of brown tint to it. And I got this from the Dollar Tree too. Let's just figure out where we want to stick the glue. There and there. And just push it. And then once this dries, we're going to want to do it to the legs. Okay, now let's do the legs. Doesn't take a lot on this one. It's just to make it stick. Okay, and this is the fourth project. All you have to do is let it dry. Let me set it aside here. Now grab your bucket, and you will need a Christmas tree, and I chose the white. All I'm going to do, and you will need some of this floral foam. Go ahead and glue it down in there. Put it in even with each side here where the handle is. That way you know it's straight. Okay, let's put one in. Now, you don't need these or this, so just put them back in your box. And put one off about right here. That way you can put the other one right next to it. Now just fluff it halfway. Just one side of it. Let me bring my, so you can see. Because this is a real naked tree. It's like, kind of reminds me of a Charlie Brown tree. Now, let's put the other one down there. Put the other one on, I meant. Now, I didn't realize it, but one of these trees is shiny and the other one is plain, but that's fine. We can make it work by just mixing them up, the branches. And once you get them fluffed, I'll show you what I mean. Now you can tie the top one once you find it, which is, they're these. But you want to move the other ones out of the way first. And just twist the top. Now take some of these and bring them that way. Take some of the other ones, you just crisscross them from the front to the back. And you just keep fluffing and bringing some from the shiny one this way. And then bring one from the other tree this way. And you just keep doing that until you have it all finished. Okay, now we'll need some of these little picks that I'm getting ready to show you. Let me move the tree. These come from the Dollar Tree. There's the snowman and the Christmas tree with candy canes and little ornaments, Santa, a house, and the same. And then there's this one. All you have to do is, let's go ahead and snip everything off. I thought I had them. And you also need a little tree topper, or if you want to make a bow, you can make a small bow. And I have some small ornaments and some red garland, and those came from the Dollar Tree too. Okay, now with the little picks, they have little clips on the end, so this will help the tree not look so, I call it naked. Just clip it right on one of the branches. And position a branch right under it to hold it, like I have this one, just right under it to make sure it stays. and a little bit of fluffing. Just okay. We have one there. Find another naked spot. I'm going to put one right here. And then put one on the other side. Where did it go? There it is. Alright, now I'm trying to decide which ornaments I want, and I think I picked up the silver, regular, and shiny, and then I picked up some blue, regular, and shiny. And what I think I'm going to do is mix them. But first we're going to put the garland on the tree. Just start in the back, on the bottom, and just, you know how to put garland on a tree, I'm sure, from decorating your big tree. And on the picks, just put the garland behind them. And just cut it off, but make sure you cut it off in the back. I'm trying to see where I started. Okay, so just, now this garland came from the Dollar Tree too. Okay. I decided to leave it like this and not put any ornaments on it because too much, if you put a lot, then it's too much and it'll weigh the tree, take away from the tree, if you see what I'm saying here. There's enough with the picks and the garland. Okay, I want to thank you all for stopping by and checking out my channel. If there's a project that you liked, leave it in a comment and let me know. And let me know which ones that you're going to be trying. Or if you're going to try a different one, let me know. And maybe I can try that one in the near future. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe and hit that bell next to it so you won't miss any future videos. And I will see you all next time. Thank you.